To the terrifying scare in the air when a man actually opened a plane door mid-flight. 12 passengers had to be rushed to the hospital after landing.
260 people have been killed in a train crash in the eastern state of Odisha. Officials are warning that the number of dead is expected to rise. 900 people have already been injured.
ምን ያለው ኢን ስፒሪት የባቡር አደጋ ያለው አደገኛ የሆነ መስመር የሳተ የባቡር አደጋ ያለው መስመር የሳተ ብዙ ሰዎችን ሊጨርስ የወጣ የሞት መልአክ ነው ማየው ኒውስ ቢቢሲ ሲኤንኤን ሲዘግበው ያለው።
We start the program in India where at least 260 people have been killed in a train crash in the eastern state of Odisha. Officials are warning that the number of dead is expected to rise. 900 people have already been injured. It's already the country's worst train crash this century. 3 trains were involved in the collision, which all began after a passenger train derailed. Vincent McAvenny reports.
It was supposed to be an overnight train journey, but ended up a disaster in the middle of the countryside. It's believed several carriages from the Shalimar-Chennai Coromandel Express derailed at about 1900 local time. Some ended up on the adjacent track, only for them then to be hit by another train, the Howrah Superfast Express, travelling from Yeshwantpur to Howrah. Carriages were toppled due to the powerful impact, smashing open compartments. Rescue teams and residents climbed up the mangled wreckage to try to find survivors. Some who escaped watched on in shock.
10-15 people fell on me when the accident happened and everything was haywire. I hurt my hand and also the back of my neck.
More than 200 ambulances attended the scene and more than 100 additional doctors were mobilised. They worked through the night to try to rescue those trapped inside the carriages and get them to nearby hospitals. It's not immediately clear what led to the derailment of the first train and why the second didn't manage to stop in time. India has one of the largest and busiest train networks in the world, but accidents are common despite successive governments investing hundreds of millions of pounds to improve infrastructure. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he was distressed by the incident and his thoughts were with the bereaved families, tweeting, "Rescue ops are underway at the site of the mishap and all possible assistance is being given to those affected." In the morning light, the scale of the disaster was revealed. With survivors rescued, work has begun on recovering the victims. Dozens of body bags lined the tracks beside the wreckage. It's expected the death toll will continue to rise, but already it's the world's deadliest train disaster in some 20 years. Vincent McAvenny, BBC News.
Well, a short while ago, one of the rescuers shared a harrowing account of what he saw at the crash site. And just a warning, some viewers may find these details upsetting.
There was a small child amongst them, whose parents were killed. He was crying and eventually died. Many people were there asking desperately for water. I offered water to each and every one of them. Lots of people, including women from my village, came out to help. There were many injured people at the accident site. We successfully rescued many of them and escorted them to the bus stop. They expressed immense gratitude towards us, referring to our aid as God sent. Witnessing the scene of the accident caused my mind to go numb. I was completely covered all over in blood.
የመሬት መንቀጥቀጥ ያለው ኤዥያ ውስጥ ነው ማየው። ኤዥያ ውስጥ ያለው የመሬት መንቀጥቀጥ እመለከታለሁ። በክርስቶስ ኢየሱስም የተከለከለ ይሁን።
जब भी धरती डोलती है, विनाशकारी तस्वीरें जहन में घूमने लगती हैं। भूकंप के तेज झटके पल भर में सब कुछ तबाह कर सकते हैं। जहां अफगानिस्तान से लेकर जापान तक डोलती धरती। हिंदू कुश में फिर आया भूकंप। एक बार फिर हिंदुस्तान सहित 3 मुल्कों में फिर से भूकंप के झटके महसूस किए गए। फिर भूकंप के झटकों से खौफ पसरा है। हिंदू कुश में आए भूकंप का हिंदुस्तान के लिए क्या मायने? यह सवाल बेहद अहम है। इसका मतलब समझने से पहले यह जानना जरूरी है कि भूकंप खतरनाक क्यों है। भूकंप की वजह से भरभराती बिल्डिंग्स का यह वीडियो इसी साल तुर्की का है। इस तरह के भूकंप के झटके डराते हैं, खौफ पैदा करते हैं। जब नेपाल में आया था भूकंप, नेपाल में भूकंप से तबाही की ये तस्वीरें पुरानी हैं, लेकिन ये उस डर को बयां करती है जो पूरे हिमालय और हिंदू कुश इलाके को फिर तबाह कर सकता है। 2015 में नेपाल, 2023 में तुर्की। इन 2 तस्वीरों को देखिए और उस खतरे को महसूस कीजिए जिसकी जद में हम और आप आ सकते हैं। इस खतरे की बात हम इसीलिए कह रहे हैं क्योंकि भूकंप के झटके बार बार हमारी जिंदगी का हिस्सा बनते जा रहे हैं। अफगानिस्तान में फिर भूकंप का केंद्र। सीस्मोलॉजिस्ट के मुताबिक अफगानिस्तान के फैजाबाद में भूकंप का केंद्र था और इसका असर पाकिस्तान के साथ हिंदुस्तान के कुछ इलाकों में महसूस किया गया। दिल्ली, पंजाब, हरियाणा, जम्मू कश्मीर, ये वो 4 इलाके हैं जहां हिंदू कुश में आए भूकंप का असर देखा गया। पंजाब, हरियाणा, जम्मू कश्मीर में इसका असर ज्यादा था। इस बार दिल्ली एनसीआर में मार्च जैसे भूकंप के झटके तो महसूस नहीं हुए, लेकिन हिंदू कुश में हो रही हलचल ने एक बार फिर इस खतरे का एहसास लोगों को करवा दिया है।
भारत जो है वो 3 टेक्टोनिक प्लेट्स के चक्र में इस समय फंसा हुआ है। ये हो इसलिए रहा है क्योंकि जो टिबेटियन टेक्टोनिक प्लेट है और जो यूरेशियन टेक्टोनिक प्लेट है वो लगातार हमारी प्लेट को दबा रही है, इस पे अतिरिक्त दबाव पैदा कर रही है। इस अतिरिक्त दबाव के कारण हिंदू कुश वाले इलाके में हमें हलचल महसूस हो रही है।
प्लेन क्राश आयाለው አሁን प्लेन क्राश ከኢትዮጵያ ውጪ प्लेन क्राश आयाለው በናዝሬቱ ጌታ በኢየሱስ ደም የተሸፈነ ይሁን። የሞት መልአክ የታሰረ ይሁን። የሞት መልአክ የተከለከለ ይሁን። በጣም መለስተኛ የሆነ ትንሽም ትልቅም አይደለም መካከለኛ ላይ ያለ መለስተኛ የሆነ प्लेन क्राश ሲያረግ በጣም በሰባ ምናምን ሰው ሲያልቃል። በሰባዎች ውስጥ 70 እና 80 ውስጥ ቁጥር ያለው በክርስቶስ ደም የተሸፈኑ ይሁኑ። የተከለከለ ይሁን። እርግማናቸው ለፈረሰ ይሁን። ጨለማ ሁሉ የታሰረ ይሁን። የሞት መላእክቶች የታሰሩ ይሁኑ። እርኩሳን መላእክቶች የታሰሩ ይሁኑ። ነፍስ መስዋዕት ሊወስዱ የተሰናዱ መላእክቶች የታሰሩ ይሁኑ። ደመጣጭ መላእክቶች የታሰሩ ይሁኑ። ኢየሱስ ስም አፍርሻለሁ።
We're going to turn now to the terrifying scare in the air when a man actually opened a plane door mid-flight. 12 passengers had to be rushed to the hospital after landing, and Gio is back with the latest this morning. Good morning to you, Gio.
Hey, Juju, good morning again. Yeah, this was an Asiana Airlines plane with 194 people on board. And let's go ahead and go right to the video now because it's just unbelievable. Because police there in South Korea say a 33-year-old passenger opened the emergency exit door about 850 feet above ground right after the pilot made that routine announcement that the plane was about to land. Now, the passenger, we're told, was traveling alone. Police have not said why he did it, but they did say there were no signs he'd been drinking. Now, once the plane landed safely, 12 people were taken to the hospital for respiratory issues. Now, the passenger was arrested, of course, and if convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison, Juju.
Canada ምድር ላይ ቦርደር ጫፍ ላይ የእሳት ቃጠሎ ያለው ከባድ የሆነ የእሳት ቃጠሎ መለከታለሁ። በኢየሱስ ደም የተከለከለ ይሁን።
This is a scary time for a lot of people from coast to coast to coast.
There's been an extended drought. The temperatures are exceptionally warm, and there's also been really strong winds in some of these places. And that hot, dry, windy weather is really what's a major concern for wildfire anywhere in North America.
አዲስ አበባና ባህር ዳር ጎንደር ባህር ዳር ቦምብ ፍንዳታ በኢየሱስ ስም የተከለከለ ይሁን በኢየሱስ ስም የተከለከለ ይሁን በኢየሱስ ስም የተከለከለ ይሁን እግዚአብሔር ሆይ ምድራችን በደም ትሸፈን
በባህር ዳር ከተማ ደጋፊዎች ላይ ቦምብ ተወርሮ በአምስት የክለቡ ደጋፊዎች ላይ ጉዳት መድረሱን ዘኢትዮጵያ ሚዲያ ከቦታው አረጋግጧል ዛሬ ግንቦት 17 ቀን 2015 ዓመተ ምህረት አነጋግ ላይ ሌሊት 10 ሰዓት ወደ 11 ሰዓት ገደማ እየተጠጋ ነው በባህር ዳር ከተማ ወደ ሐዋሳ የሚደረገውን ጉዞ ለማስተባበር እንዲሁም ወደ ሐዋሳ በበርካታ አውቶቡሶች ለመጓዝ የተገኙ የባህር ዳር ከተማ ወጣቶች የጥቃት ሰለባ ሆነዋል በባህር ዳር ከተማ እግር ኳስ ክለብ ደጋፊዎች ላይ የቦምብ ጥቃት ተሰንዝሯል ጉዳት የደረሰው ከቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስ ጋር ለመጫወት ከባህር ዳር ወደ ሐዋሳ በመጓዝ ላይ ያሉ መሆናቸውን ለዘኢትዮጵያ ሚዲያ የደረሰው መረጃ ያመለክታል አደጋው የደረሰው ገና ከተማውን በመውጣት ላይ እንዳሉ ከሌሊቱ 10 ሰዓት አካባቢ ነው የክለቡ 5 ደጋፊዎች መጎዳታቸውን በቦታው የነበረው የዘኢትዮጵያ ምንጫችን አስረድተውናል የባህር ዳር ከነማ እግር ኳስ ክለብ ደጋፊዎች ክለቡ በሐዋሳ ከቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስ ጋር የሚያደርገውን ጨዋታ ለመከታተል በመጓዝ ላይ ያሉ ቦምብ የተወረወረባቸው 5 የሚደርሱ የክለቡ ደጋፊዎች ጉዳት የደረሰባቸው ሲሆን 2ቱ ከባድ ጉዳት 3ቱ ቀላል የአካል ጉዳት ደርሶባቸዋል ቦምቡን የወረወረው አካል ማን ሊሆን እንደሚችል በበርካታ ግለሰቦች እየተጣራ ሲሆን የባህር ዳር ከነማ ደጋፊዎች አሁን ወደ ሐዋሳ ያቀኑ ናቸው ከቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስ ጋር የሚያደርጉትን ጨዋታ በፍጹም የበላይነት በአሸናፊነት አጠናቆ የባህር ዳር ከነማ ደጋፊዎችን እንደሚክስ ይጠበቃል ዋንጫውንም ባህር ዳር ያነሳል ሲሉ መረጃውን ለዘኢትዮጵያ ሚዲያ ያደረሱን የዓይን እማኝና ተጓዥ ለዘኢትዮጵያ ሚዲያ አስረድተውናል